Starting the coffee with upside down chopsticks using the vortex method, the only true way to optimize the taste of your coffee. At the molecular level. Good morning. Welcome to the Daybreak Show. I am, well, you know who. We'll get started, but first, this is Trader Joe's coffee with a little bit of evaporated milk in it. Did you ever have that? Instead of putting half and half or cream, you put evaporated milk in it. I think that was like a grandmother thing for me. Nice.
Oh my God, that is the best coffee I've ever tasted.
Oh, you know, like I said, I used to drink a pot of coffee a day. Just put it on in the morning and just drink it right up until like 11 o'clock or noon or something like that. And of course, by the time 11 o'clock came, the coffee was burnt, just like nasty, but you want to finish the pot. Well, that's why I like French press. I just make what I want, and it's always fresh. It's always good. I got an email 2 days ago from the Burnt Coffee Company. I don't know anything about them, and they want to collaborate, and I might sample their coffee. They might want to sponsor the Daybreak Show. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see. I remember the triple bastard dark roast. I really enjoyed that. I don't know what happened to that. I thought that was on auto ship. I don't know. I'm going to find out. I would love to be able to have them be the sponsor of the coffee. If not, then it's going to be Burnt Coffee Company. They also are sponsoring Skinny Joey with the Skinny Joey Merlino podcast, and also they are also part of Kitchen Consigliere, Angelo Lutz, his restaurant in Collingswood, New Jersey. So I don't know if they're reaching out to all the paisans or what's going on, but we'll see what happens. I'll get a sample of their coffee, and they drop ship it. I put a link, and they drop ship it, and we'll see how it goes. But a lot of people are saying it's one of the best cups of coffee that they've ever had. I just want one good cup, man. Forget the pot. One good cup. One good cup. It's quantity, not quality. Well, we have a lot to go over today. Let me just have another sip of this. Can we do a video where I just drink coffee and don't say a word? Out of this world. That could really end well, me putting my coffee on top of my, like the corner of my laptop. What could possibly go wrong? I love this meme. What if slugs are just divorced snails? Shows two snails, snail with his shell, and then just a slug. And he goes, yeah, Sharon took the house. I thought that was pretty funny. Father Josiah Trenum put out a short video on YouTube, and he said, stop using dating apps. Meet people through friends, through church, through relatives. Okay. What are your thoughts about that? You know, I'm not an advocate of looking for a woman in church, because if you do that, can you really worship? You know, you see a woman across the sanctuary and you're like, gee, I wonder if she's single. And in Orthodox churches, let me just tell you, the women are covered. Their heads are covered. So you're not seeing a woman's hair. There's usually long skirts or dresses down almost to the ground. Okay, I get that. Like, modesty is in play, but you're only seeing, like, you know, just like the face. You're not, unless you have x-ray eyes. Well, actually, most guys do have x-ray eyes. But it's not going to, well, maybe at coffee hour, you know? But then again, I've always said this too. It just feels weird as a single man going into church, because other people, like, men don't want you looking at their wives or daughters, or, you know, people are, like, I'm protective of my female friends, you know, and I can tell if a dude is, like, getting ready to pounce. Like, did you ever go out somewhere with a female friend, or you're meeting some ladies from work or something like that out and about, and you know there's, like, dudes that are trying to, like, swoop, and you get a little bit protective. You kind of stand in between them. So I don't know if Father Josiah is really in touch with how things work. I mean, I know he got married young. I don't know if he was a playa before he was a priesta. I have no idea. So the jury is out on that. I'm not sure what to think about that, to be honest with you. So, I don't know. I said Merry Christmas to all the good builder wives and girlfriends out there. A stocking full of coal to the soul crusher women who destroyed their marriages and families in 2024. Shame on you. Strong, independent, sassy, sarcastic woman, shame on you. In the same way that arsonists are usually present as a building burns, or they might even make the 911 call, female therapists who are divorced usually are the ones who destroyed their marriages. Listen now, demonize their husbands, and of course the husband is, wait for it, narcissistic and abusive. So if you go to a female therapist, you get everything coming to you, which is not going to be much. What the hell is it with guys going to female counselors and female life coaches, like these women on TikTok and YouTube? Dudes, seriously, wake the fuck up.
Wake the fuck up.
It's another form of simping, and it's kind of a symptom of how you are in life. It's like choosing a female attorney because you think they know the female mind better and you're going to get a better outcome. Wrong. No more choosing female therapists. Just stop it. You guys probably don't know Mike Bolin. He used to do a podcast with Mike Cernovich. Good guy. I really like Mike. I just wish that podcast would come back. You know, it's nice to have a serious podcast that's not all cynicism. You know, a lot of male podcasts are just like people just trying to be cool, like Rogan cool, or cynicism, like whatever, cynics. I got nothing. Look, there's a time and place for everything. But Mike Bolin and Mike Cernovich actually had a pretty good podcast. It's actually on YouTube. I wish they would bring it back again. But this is one of the things he says. You work your entire life at a job thinking you've got nothing to leave behind. Wrong. Smart start. Take your earnings, invest in income-producing assets like real estate. There's your legacy. Imagine handing your kids the keys to passive income. Imagine that. Imagine handing your kids the keys to passive income this Christmas. I say you could do that on a holiday or do it for, even at the end of your life. Like, is dad going to leave us money? No, he left me property, cash flowing property. That's pretty badass if you think about it. Make a decision in 2025 to only purchase things that make money, cash flowing assets, not negative assets. Don't buy things that lose money. Buy things that gain and make you money, things that'll be worth more in a year, 2 years, 3 years. What if you bought somebody a couple silver coins? It's going to be worth more in a year. What if you bought somebody a gold coin? You're really generous. A platinum coin. It's cash flowing. It's appreciating. It's an asset that's appreciating. What if you bought somebody a plot of land and just sat on it? They're only making so much land. Hold on, I got to drink this before it gets cold. Here's an interesting cartoon. 3 wise men coming to a vendor at the Bethlehem Farmers Market. The vendor says, "The baby cheeses? Yep, you've come to the right place. You got Edam, Camembert, and Feta." He's got like these little cheeses. The baby cheeses. Get it? 3 wise men looking for the baby cheeses. All right, too soon for that? This meme is pretty funny. 2 women talking to one another. Oh, that's not a woman. I think, no, is that a woman or a guy? I can't tell. In Victorian times, guys dressed with so much, I don't know. I see a lot of lace and stuff there. I can't even tell if it's a woman. I guess it is. No, it's a dude with like frilly cuffs on his clothes and knickers or something. He says, how many other guys? Okay, it is a guy. I could tell it's a guy because the woman's ignoring him in the picture. How many other guys have you slept with? She says, just you. And he goes, oh, really? And she says, yes, the others kept me awake. Do you agree or disagree with this? Men will literally choose a shy, polite, soft woman with zero achievements over an arrogant career woman. I've said that for the longest time. My God, most women's dating profiles sound like a 40-year-old man's resume. Are women that fucking tone deaf as to what is attractive for a man? Seriously. It goes like this. I bake a mean lasagna. This past year, I purchased 10 acres that appreciated 3x. You should see the corset that I just sewed. That's attractive. Not, I've got 2 MBAs, I'm a speaker at a conference, and look at my new tattoo. And I'm sassy and sarcastic. Get the fuck out of here. No wonder women are single and married to their cats and dogs. Come on. God. And shame on good women for not, the good women? The good women. All right, you got wifey. You got, the hell's the other one? Karen. Like, teach other women to be women to the men. I trust wifey. Karen's getting so big. I don't know if she's tone deaf anymore. I have no idea. She got to be a superstar. And of course, when you look at her stuff, it's interesting when I look at YouTube channels made by women that are like for women. You know who's watching them? Men. You look at Karen Seats, the Happy Wife School. Are you kidding me? 99% of her comments, like her channel is for women, but it's all men drooling over what she says in the comments. What's up with that? I wish that she would address it. I wish that she would address it. But guess what? It's attention. It's attention, isn't it? Wake the fuck up.
Wake the fuck up.
I said this last night in my live stream. 2025, there's 2 words that you're going to hear me talk about a lot. In the past, I'd say 8 or 9 years, you've heard me talk about hard deadlines and accountability. Those 2 words are changing in the next year. Or I should say I'm adding 2 more words to it. The words are this: proximity and leverage for success, financial success. Proximity, being close to somebody, putting yourself in proximity to people who you want to be like. Are you going to get jacked, get buff, get in shape by going to a bar and eating cheesesteaks, wings, and slamming 6 beers while watching a rock and roll band? No, not going to happen. Because you're not hanging out with the people who look like and are performing the way that you want to. That's, of course, unless you don't really want to. That was my lifestyle at one time. Going to bars twice a week, watching a band, drinking, meeting drunk women, making drunk women laugh. Boy, that's a real feat, isn't it? Some of you know what I'm talking about. Some of you, whoosh, right over your heads. I know some of the young guys look at this old guy and go, what the hell does he know about any of that? Sit down, son. Proximity. Being around people who want to be like, who you want to be like. You want to be jacked? You want to lose weight? You hang out with people who are jacked and have lost weight. You want to be rich? You hang out with people who make more money than you. You pay money to get into the room with the people that you want to be like. Where do you find them? Masterminds, conferences, meetups. Leverage means you have an asset. Like you probably already possess everything that you need to make your first million. You probably do. But you don't have the confidence to do it. How can you leverage what you already know to make money? Well, you can go to fireyourboss.win, sign up there. You can go to conversionchemistry.com, sign up for that online marketing academy. It's one of the best ones on the web today. So remember this: proximity and leverage. 2025. Merry Christmas to my Palestinian and Syrian Christian brothers and sisters. Lots of love to you. There's not a hell of a lot more that I can do for you except just pray and think good thoughts and just hope the best for you. Or even if you're in a situation, I don't know if you're in a situation to be able to email me if you're in a war-torn area and you need a word of encouragement, man, just shoot me an email and I'll reply. How many of you, the more you did a carnivore-ish lifestyle, realize how much you've been lied to and the toll that it played on your body? No wonder the standard American diet is also called the SAD diet. Am I right? Here's a wife during an argument. I'm capable, strong, independent, qualified. I earn and I don't need your money. I earn my own money. Here's a wife, that very same wife in divorce court. I don't earn, I can't work, I'm incapable, I'm on the verge of starvation, and I need his money. It's funny. That divorce just brings the best out of everybody, doesn't it? I read this and it made me laugh, although the dude was serious. He says, someone told me not to bite off more than I can chew. I replied, I'd rather choke on greatness than nibble on mediocrity. Pretty funny. Nice cope there. Here's a great marquee sign on a liquor store. Our beer is as cold as your ex's heart. Believe me, there's no beer as cold as your ex-girlfriend or ex-wife's heart. Take my word for it. This struck me as funny. This was a review of a Planet Fitness. I go to Planet Fitness. I'm not putting it down. Some people say you can't do bodybuilding there. I'm like, what? If you can't build a body at Planet Fitness for what, $11 a month, there's something wrong with you. And you get the black card, which is what, 20, 25 bucks, 24 bucks. And then you have access to the red light therapy, which clears up your skin, helps you lose weight, tightens up skin. The hydro massage itself is worth it. You do that after every workout. Are you kidding me? It's incredible. And then if you have any, like the electrolyte drinks, they're like 50% off. So you know what? If you are disciplined enough to go to the gym 3 times a week, get the black card membership at Planet Fitness. I'm not making any money on this. I'm not an affiliate with Planet Fitness. But all right, there's my commercial for Planet Fitness. But here's a review of Planet Fitness. This just cracked me up. As an avid gym enthusiast, I must say the facility is not bad. A quality gym, very clean. However, the staff, not so quality. A young lad named Jack walks the floor smelling of dried fish and atrocities of the like. First of all, who talks like that? Atrocities of the like. Smells like dried fish. How would you know what dried fish smells like? Stop referring to your girlfriend like that, will you please? Anyways, he continues, reminds me of my days in New England on the seas. Not sure if poor hygiene on his part or perhaps his partner. I was right. Nonetheless, after reading the other reviews, I won't be returning to any Planet Fitness. This Jack fellow seems to be an issue. Oh my gosh. I don't know if that's a fake review or not, but it was a review underneath on Google, underneath the Planet Fitness that I go to. My Planet Fitness, I think in the next week, is getting Matrix plate-loaded machines. I can't wait for that. Good bodybuilding machines. I'm telling you, man. Do you like Matrix equipment? I do. I mean, am I opposed to the plates? You know, you pull the pin out and that kind. No, I use some of the machines there, but the plate-loaded machines, like the vertical bench press, the incline, they have kind of like a hack squat machine. I can't wait for that. Oh my gosh. For me, that's exciting news. They told me that's going to happen in the next week or two at my Planet Fitness. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. As you know, I stepped up my bodybuilding. You know, I started lightly bodybuilding at like around 60, 61 years old. And not really doing it as seriously. You know, I mean, I get to the gym. I'm in better shape now than I was a year ago. A year ago, I was in better shape than I was a year before that. So I'm actually getting better. My body looks better. And nobody wants to see the body of an old man. But I can assure you that I'm only in my mid-60s from the neck up. But it feels really good to to know that I can still build muscle is pretty damn cool. And of course, your goal, just like mine, should be this. You need to be lean, strong, fast, and flexible. Not huge. You want to get huge, that's fine. But your priority, lean, strong, fast, flexible. That's the goal for your body. I had to laugh. I was chatting with Jenny Hayworth this week, but I'm reminded of a text, and I don't think this is not a breach of privacy or confidentiality. She's got a wicked sense of humor. She shows me like a woman in the opera La Traviata. She says, this hooker from the 19th century is more virtuous than 99% of marriageable women today. Made me laugh. Her take on media and culture would sometimes leave me speechless. I still say she's in the top 10 of all my conversations, like all the shows that I did here. Unbelievable. I want her to come back. I was checking in on her, and she said she had a recurrence of cancer over the summer, but they blasted it with radiation, and she's okay now. Her exact words. So she has a positive attitude about that. Just to let you know, I did talk with Jenny in the past couple days. Well, happy birthday to everybody who has a birthday in 2025. Okay, check. That's over with. Ayn Rand fled atheist Russia after the Bolshevik Revolution, and then she began crying about American Christians for the rest of her life in America. She would have been in a gulag if not for Christian charity in the West. So objectivism, as we know it today, is a fucking joke. Fuck Ayn Rand. Fuck her. Ungrateful piece of shit. Plus she's a whore. Left her husband for another man, which means she was fucking another guy while she was married. So fuck her. Why do men elevate women? Just like knock it the fuck off. Ayn Rand, Margaret Thatcher. Fuck that. Anytime you see shit like that, it's usually fiction. Take my word for it, it's fiction. In New York this week, a homeless guy, or a immigrant, whatever you want to call him, lights a woman on fire in the subway, and people just watched her burn. Is this the new Kitty Genovese? You criminal justice fans will know what I'm talking about. You know, I have my undergraduate degree in criminal justice and criminal science. And anyone who has got a background like that, you know the Kitty Genovese story. Is this the new Kitty Genovese? A woman was lit on fire in a New York subway, people just walking past, like just another day in New York, you know, homeless shitbags pissing in public, taking shits in public, and a woman on fire. A guy comes along thinking he's going to try to put it out, and he fans the flames. What kind of fucking retard does that? Fans the flames. You take your jacket and you put it on the person. You cloak them, and you shut out the oxygen so the fire goes out. Instead, he's fanning the fucking flames. You can't make this shit up. Just another fucking day in New York. My reply is, go ahead, bite the big apple. Don't mind the maggots. What song is that from? Put that down below. Nissan and Honda are merging. That's good news for Nissan, but that's bad news for Honda. I fucking hate Nissan. Do you drive a Nissan? Sell it, will you please? It's such a shitty vehicle. And what is it with like Philly and Norristown, man? They love their Nissans and shit. And they love Dodge. What the fuck is it with Philly and Norristown that loves Nissans? I swear to God, all right, you're going to say I'm fucking crazy. You're going to say I'm crazy. I actually saw a car, a Nissan, that didn't have its windows tinted in Norristown last week. Can you imagine that? So she says, we had a period of disconnection in our marriage. Translation, I cheated. Would you ever take your woman back if she cheated? If your woman ever sucked another guy's dick or fucked another guy or other guys, would you take her back? Listen, dudes, don't fucking waste my time emailing me how your wife or woman cheated and how you want her back and you want to save your family. It's over with. Save the man, not the marriage. Every time you kiss her, you're going to be thinking about another man's dick. But the average simp doesn't believe that. He's just happy to have his wife back and restore his family and do the right thing and wave the magic Jesus wand over everything. Listen, you still want to pay full price for used merchandise? When she left you, let me tell you what she did. When Chad was fucking her in the ass and it slipped out, she put it back in her ass. Okay? But with you, she said, no, that's an exit only. Some of you will get that. Others will be offended. Others, whoosh, right over your head. C.S. Lewis, my favorite author, says, well, he's a tie with Christopher Morley. I can't say he's my favorite. I do like Christopher Morley. But C.S. Lewis says, pain insists on being attended to. God whispers to us in our pleasures, speaks in our consciences, but shouts in our pain. It is his megaphone to rouse a deaf world. Ooh, I don't like that megaphone. But you know what? He's right. When you're in pain and shit goes down and you have loss, you know what? You got my attention then, right? When you buy quality, you buy once. As I've said, you buy once, you cry once. I have some LL Bean clothing that is 30 years old, classic garments, jackets, fleeces, still full color, no fading, crisp. They wear well. I got a pair of Sperry Gold Cup Docksider shoes, like boat shoes. I probably had them for 20, 25 years. My favorite pullover zipper fleece is from J. Crew from 1989, and I love it. The dark green one that you see. This right here, this is an LL Bean, kind of a waffle weave. It's not fleece. It's a cotton waffle weave light jacket. Actually, it's not even a jacket. It's something you would wear inside like that. This is going to last me. This is going to outlive me. Let me put it that way. Just some quality stuff. I'm not saying that LL Bean is the be-all, end-all of quality, because I'm sure they've outsourced a lot of their clothing elsewhere. But there was a time when J. Crew, LL Bean, Brooks Brothers, what's the other brand? Orvis, that kind of thing. They were well made. If you can find like secondhand, barely worn Orvis garments, you are probably not used to having clothes that will last you your entire life. Most likely, you, sir, are from a generation that has no idea what it's like to wear a jacket for 20, 30, or 40 years. I have clothes that are that old and look great because of the quality. So buy quality and you buy once. If you buy shit or affordable stuff, you just keep buying every few years the same bullshit over and over and over. Try looking for Orvis, Orvis. If it's made in America, pretty solid. Same thing like with, what's the other one? Woolrich. Remember Woolrich? Anyone remember that brand? Sammy Johns, back in, I don't know, what is it, 73, 74, wrote a song called Chevy Van. Very cool song from my teenage years. I put her out in a town that was so small you could throw a rock from end to end. A dirt road, Main Street, she walked off in bare feet. It's a shame I won't be passing through again. Because like a princess, she was laying there, moonlight dancing off her hair. Yeah, it was 1973, Sammy Johns. And it's about a dude that picks up a chick and bangs her like a one-night stand. I mean, come on. But I gave a girl a ride in my wagon. She crawled in and took control. She was tired as her mind was dragging. I said, get some sleep and dream of rock and roll. Because like a picture, she was laying there, moonlight dancing off her hair. She woke up and took me by the hand. She's going to love me in my Chevy van, and that's all right with me. I'm giving you some lyrics from my childhood. Her young face was like that of an angel. Her long legs were tanned and brown. Better keep your eyes on the road, son. Better slow this vehicle down. I put her out in a town that was so small you could throw a rock from end to end, a dirt road main street. She walked off in bare feet. It's a shame I won't be passing through again. 'Cause like a picture, she was laying there, moonlight dancing off her hair. She woke up and took me by the hand. We made love in my Chevy van, and that's all right with me. Basically a one-night stand song, glorifying one, like just meeting a chick, just like a meeting a random girl. I gave a girl a ride. She crawled in and took control. I mean, isn't that like every man's dream? Well, it used to be. Who the hell knows what you're inviting in your van now? And she goes to sleep in your Chevy van while you're driving because she's had a rough day. And then when she wakes up, she makes love to you. Oh, God. Keep dreaming, bro. For real. Yes, men were delusional back in 73 as well. Lay off the shrooms. I'm still thinking. Jack walks the floor smelling of dried fish and atrocities of the like. Keep going back to that. What the hell would make a man smell like dried fish? Oof. Oofa. 50% of all marriages end in divorce. 100% of all pizza deliveries end up in happiness. Scoreboard says pizza 1, love 0. Make that sausage, mushrooms, and anchovies, please. This made me laugh. The difference between naked and naked is if you're naked, it means you have no clothes on. If you're naked, it means you have no clothes on and you're up to something fishy. Maybe that's what happened to the guy at Planet Fitness. Imagine getting a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt from a cop on a motorcycle. One too many times I twisted the gate. When I was crazy, I thought you were great. I kept my renditions of you on the wall, where holiday romance is nothing at all. It's all I can do to keep waiting for you. It's all I can do. It's all I can do. The Cars, 1979. If you don't know the Cars, man, what a great band. I miss them so much. I really do. Well, so much for the law of attraction, which I'm not a diehard fan of, but I get the idea of the whole law of attraction thing. All these people crying racism or anti-Semitism could actually be bringing it on themselves. Why is that? Brian Tracy, a sales trainer and motivational speaker, said, many years ago, you've heard me say this, you move in the direction of your most dominant thoughts. So, if feeling hated, ripped off, cheated, excluded, persecuted, and discriminated against is your primary way of thinking, or just below the surface, guess what's going to be happening in your life? You're going to be cheated, you're going to be excluded, you're going to be discriminated, you're going to be ripped off, you're going to be hated, all that stuff, okay? What if you're just bringing that shit on yourself? Remember when everything, like 4 years ago, well, forever in fucking America, but like when he's racist. Like, when you keep saying the fucking word racist, it loses its meaning. When you keep saying the word anti-Semitism, a fake word, it loses its meaning. But some people just are so fucking afraid of being called racist or being anti-Semitic or being viewed as that. I'm not a fan of either the real thing. I'm not a fan of racism or anti-Semitism or hate of anybody. How about anti-Christian? Remember that? Who was it? Candace Owens got like anti-Semite of the year. I think we should have anti-Christian of the year. I think I should do that on my channel. In 1979, the band Dr. Hook, and if you don't know Dr. Hook, just look up their videos. Look up the videos of Dr. Hook in concert. I think you'll really like them. Very eclectic. I don't even know what genre of music, but it was part of my teenage years. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, you watch your friends. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, it never ends. You know that it's crazy, you want to trust her, then somebody hangs up when you answer the phone. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, you go it alone. Maybe it's just an ego problem. Problem is, I've been fooled before by fair weather friends and faint-hearted lovers. And every time it happens, it just convinces me more that when you're in love with a beautiful woman, you watch her eyes. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, you look for lies. Everybody tempts her. Everybody tells her she's the most beautiful woman they know. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, you go it alone. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, you watch your friends. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, it never ends. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, you watch her eyes. When you're in love with a beautiful woman, keep looking for lies. Dr. Hook, 1979. If that's not red-pilled, I don't know what is. Peter Andrew Nolan comments, he says, yep, women have always been the same. Social media merely revealed who they really are. All women are wonderful and strong, and wonderful and powerful and wonderful, he says. It's actually a pretty funny phrase. How about this phrase from Sean Connery from the movie The Rock in 1996? Losers always whine about doing their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen. Where'd you hear something like that before? Reminds me of Rich Cooper. After being on this earth for almost 65 years, and I'm not an isolated wallflower, I can tell you this, it's 100% true. Susanna Hoffs from the band The Bangles is now 65 years old. And I'm trying to think, okay, did she get anything done? She looks pretty damn natural to me. I guess that's the goal. It's like a guy with a toupee. It's funny. If someone says to a man, that is a really nice toupee, guess what? I guess it's not, right? It should be undetectable. So I'm looking at her face and I'm thinking, looks like she didn't have any plastic surgery. If she did, you can't tell. But there is a cosmetic surgery look, isn't there? Like these puffy lips, these cat eyes, this tight face. And that's become a look that some women actually covet. Like, what the hell? I would not want to be seen in public with one of these cosmetic surgery faces. Strange, man. How about this book here? Oh, this is funny. Your Childhood Ruined. Remember little golden books, like those little books about this big? Shows a kid with like Satan eyes, like Damien eyes, holding a puppy. Says, don't leave that creepy little fucker alone with the puppy. I thought that was funny. Here's a great meme, kind of a Victorian painting. Shows one of these men sitting with a woman at a table, and there's like a bottle of distilled spirits there. The man saying, I like your personality. She says, thanks, I have 6 more. About half of the Christ pill guys, you know the guys that say, well, just marry a woman that doesn't believe in divorce. Actually, how many, for you divorce guys that are out there, how many of you had a woman that said, I'm in it for life, till death do us part? All right, we laugh at stuff like this, okay? But again, wave the magic Jesus wand and that makes everything better. And when I say Jesus, I'm not talking about Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. I say that Jesus with a lowercase j, or Jesus. But people just think that they can just say the name of Jesus and like a witch's incantation and make things happen. So half the Christ pill guys, they secretly embrace the red pill when their world collapses. Some will do more chore play and good boys and be good boys to keep the peace in their marriage. Some will take themselves out. Some will leave the faith. Well, here's a pro tip for you. Leave the church. Leave your church, but not the faith. Your church probably taught you how to be a beta. Most likely, they are beta factories. Another percentage will keep and forgive the wife that fucked Chad at the job, because 85% of all affairs start at the workplace. But some will rationally and quietly adopt the red pill lens and not wear it on their sleeve. Like anyone who runs around, red pill, red pill, red pill, like don't listen to them. Just ignore them, okay? It's kind of like Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club. There is no Fight Club and you don't talk about it. This will help them recover and regroup faster. Some will be married red pill and grow a pair of balls and possibly experience a marital renaissance, become the type of man that their woman craves. Okay. Some will still bitch and moan about those red pill guys. Proverbs, you know that book in the Bible called Proverbs? It's probably the single best red pill manual ever written. After that, read things like the Rational Male series, Unplugged Alpha, or your favorite trusted content creators' books or blogs. I am anti-Christ pill, but I'm not anti-Christ. I just don't think that Jesus Christ is a magic word to make your relationship better. Christians don't get divorced any less. One of the funniest things I heard this week, women in their 30s on a first date. I hope our horoscopes align and my energy crystals say that he's husband material. Men in their 30s today on a first date. I hope she doesn't have a dick. Here's great advice from my buddy William Adam Mandelbaum, Gotti Jr.'s attorney. He was on the team that represented John Gotti Jr. and a divorce attorney representing over 400 men. You need him on your podcast. You need him on your podcast. There's nobody better. Here's one of my followers says, "Good morning. Well, my wife has decided to not be a wife any longer. I'm in grad school to get my master's and PhD in science. She said she would be fine with it, but now she blames herself and wants nothing more to do with me. The manosphere had warned me, and finally I got bit." Mandelbaum replies, "Start the divorce now. You don't want to risk your enhanced degree being considered marital property if you get it prior to the commencement of the action, depending on the laws of your state. Contact counsel in your jurisdiction." Breaking news. Men who leave her are always more content than men that stay with her. Are you in a relationship that you need to get out of? It's going to take some time. You need to quietly plan and swiftly execute. I can help you with that. You want to get out of that relationship or that marriage? I always say save the man, not the marriage, because when you save the man, the marriage might stand a chance. Date long, marry slow, and divorce fast if you're going to get divorced. Because most of the pain, trauma, and confusion that men experience happens in the divorce process. And with that, finish your coffee, and I'll see you on the next Daybreak Show, your home of sanity, clarity, and reason.